Hey, happy day, happy life, happy journey. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. The royal we, right? Me, John Jacob Mubarak. I am in Malibu today. And we're in our corporate offices, the Rythmia corporate offices in beautiful Malibu, California. It is a gorgeous day. We're having what everybody else calls June gloom. I call it June boon, right? Do you know what a boon is? Hey, Kenneth, hermano, hola, ¿cómo estás? Habibti. A boon is a gift, right? So they say it's June gloom because the marine layers packed in on the coastline for a lot of June. It's beautiful. Living by the ocean is like living with a person, right? That every day it's different. It's the same body of water, but every day it's different. This is something we're going to be talking about today as we talk about changing our state of being. Hey, Kenneth, and and how we as individuals are not fixed, right? That was one of the key pieces of what we've been talking about over this last couple of weeks, is that we as individuals aren't fixed. But today we're going to talk about how to move into a new state of being, because we are constantly going through these emotional, energetic ups and downs. It's the nature of being human. It's human nature that we have different energies that shift and move. So how do we deal with that? And how do we take cause? How are we cause in our life for changing the way that we feel? Because a lot of times we'll just get stuck in I don't feel, and there's this I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it, and there's a downward spiral that occurs. And frequently, at least what I notice for myself, is that frequently what is more challenging for me, hi Diane, hi Oni, what's more challenging for me is the working up to doing something, right? Like, oh no, I got to do something, and then all of the worrying about or not wanting to, or kind of lamenting it. But whenever I start whatever the project is, or whenever I do what I've intended to do, bam, I'm totally present and in the moment and loving what I'm doing, right? So it's more of the mental talk about, the thinking about, not the doing. It's the thinking about that gets us caught, right? And so we're going to be talking about that today. How do we shift our state of being? How do we move into a new state of being? Hey, Leslie, Oni saying, grow up. Yeah, that's right. Grow up. Put on your big boy or big girl pants and move on. But here's the key, Oni. When that happens, hey, Fran, great to see you. Good afternoon, Diane. When that happens, for me at least, Oni, I feel a lot of times like I lack the perspective to realize that the way I'm feeling right now in this moment is just temporary. It feels so permanent, right? When we're in a state of being, I don't quite always remember, like, this is going to shift in a little bit. Now, what can I do to activate that? What can I do to increase that? What can I do to wake up faster, to move out, right? So here's a couple of things. This is work. We've got work to do. When we sense I don't feel like it, right? I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. I had a couple glasses of wine last night and I don't feel like it. I'm tired and I don't feel like it. I've got too many other things calling for my attention. I don't have time to retreat or listen or meditate or any of that. I don't have time for that. I'm busy. No, ain't nobody got time for that, right? So that's what we need to do in those moments, is to realize that it's not a one and done, that it's not like, oh, I meditated and nothing happens. I hear that a lot. I've been meditating like a couple of times and I just can't pay attention, and so I'm not going to do it. Or that would be like saying, I worked out once and I didn't lose 20 pounds, so I'm not going to work out anymore. It's slow and incremental work, right? That needs consistency in order to affect the change. But like anything, it takes time to start, and then bam, it proceeds very quickly. Think about planting a garden, right? You weed the ground, you till it, you prepare the soil, you place the seeds in it, you water it, and it looks like for days nothing's happening, and then bam, a sprout, and then by 30 days later, these huge plants out of nothing came from nowhere. So it takes a while for germination and gestation, and then bam, something moves. So what can we do to really be in the flow, to really be in a deep realization that if no matter how I'm feeling right now, that feeling of separation is an illusion. How can I raise my mind above confusion? Because we are constantly bombarded with a sense of separation. We're constantly bombarded with things that say, I am different than you. Even in our language, there's I and you, there's I and me, there's I and thou, there's something other than me, something outside of me. So we're constantly reinforcing that there's separation and moving into a centered state, realizing that we're not fixed. This is the way that we begin to move into a new state of being. And behind me, we've got some, I wanted to write it down because we're going to be talking about each of these things today. 4 major things, right over here. Whoops, wait, there, those things. That one. So retreat, looking for signs, listen, and find balance. 4 ways to shift your energy and move into a new state of being. Retreat, right? Because we're not fixed. Our energy isn't fixed. When you don't feel like it, it doesn't mean that you're always not going to feel like it. It just means right now in this moment, I don't feel like it. So how am I going to shift that? First, retreat. Right? It seems that a retreat can be considered a bad thing, right? You sound retreat, you've lost the battle and you're retreating. That's not the truth. You retreat to move forward. You retreat to gather some time to clear your mind and to focus on your truth and your priorities. This is why we retreat. Rest is a natural cycle. It's a natural cycle in life. Think about the oak tree. We've been talking about this garden metaphor today. Think of the oak tree. It grows in spurts, right? One of the most solid pieces of wood out there, baby, is the oak tree, the mighty oak, right? The oak tree grows in tremendous spurts and then nothing. It needs time to rest. It needs time to recuperate so that it can regenerate. Right? So the first thing when I'm in a contracted state of being, when I don't feel like it, when I'm upset, when I'm angry, when I'm tired, when I'm hungry, when I'm lonely, when I'm sad, when I am not focused, when I am not clear, when I'm foggy, when I'm having some mental fog, whatever I'm feeling. First thing is to retreat and clear my mind. Focus on my truth and move into a focus on my priorities. What is my priority? My priority is to wake up. My priority is to contribute. My priority is to be excellent. My priority is to be creative. My priority is to be a contribution to my work environment, to my community, to my living environment, to my relationships. So I know that I need to give myself some emotional food, some spiritual food and some emotional food to nourish myself when I'm feeling unclear, when I'm feeling a sense of separation, when I'm feeling I don't feel like it, when I'm feeling cloudy, when I'm feeling low energy. Retreat. Gather yourself up. Focus on your priority. Clear your mind. How do you clear your mind? One way is through breath work, right? So we have meditation, breath work, take a walk, make a different choice, get curious, light a candle, burn some incense, do some movement. These are all ways in which we can clear our mind, right? And I'm going to talk to you about some breath work ideas that can really help. But when we reflect on, when we retreat and clear our minds, reflect on our heart's true desires, then we begin to shift our energy. And you can ask a question. This is a great question. I'm going to write it down. I meant to write it down. Here we go. What would I love to experience? This is the question. This is the question to ask yourself. If you want to shift your energy and you're retreating for a moment, what would I love to experience? Notice the word is love. Not what would I like to experience, not what do I want to experience, not what do I want. It's what would I love to experience, because love is the highest vibratory frequency. Love is the Arturo Castro, Jill, cousin Monica, hello, hey cuz, Enrique, Cheryl, Jackson, right on, Cheryl. David, love you all. Wow, thank you. Ronnie, Debbie, love that you're here. So the question, welcome. The question is, what would I love to experience, right? Love is the highest vibration. So when I start to, it's not what do I want, because what I want is a new car. What I want is to be successful at work. What I want, okay, all those things are good. But what is the quality behind that? What would I love to experience? It's not the thing, it's the quality. I'd love to experience abundance. If I got abundance, I can buy a new car. If I got abundance, I can go on that vacation. If I've got abundance, I know that if I'm in the vibratory frequency of abundance, I'm attracting more of it. What would I love to experience? I'd love to experience clarity. Right? I'd love to experience joy. I'd love to experience beauty. I'd love to experience in my relationship. What do I want to experience? I want to experience connection. I want to experience honest, open, loving communication. I want to experience someone who supports me in being me, someone who loves me for everything that I am, just as I am, and everything that I'm not. They love me. That's what I want to experience. Right on, people. I love all the hearts coming. Thank you. And David, you would love to experience, hi, beautiful soul. David, you want to experience Rythmia? Come on down, brother. Come on down. Call 866-936-9446. We'll get you there. So, all right. What would I love to experience? This is the question that as you retreat and reflect on your life, right? This is the first thing, retreat. Reflect on your life. Reflect on what your heart's true and good desires are. The true and good desires of your soul are implanted by the divine. Let them lead you, right? And spirit guides you. Your higher self guides you. They speak through your heart. So allow this heart opening to be your guidance. What would I love to experience in life as you retreat from the busy comings and goings of the day? You ask yourself that question and watch how you can shift your energy and move into a new state of being. Now I'm focused on the qualities of what I would love to experience rather than, hey, Anna, thank you. Amanda, great to see you, my love. Now I'm focusing on the qualities of what I would love to experience. The vibratory frequency. Qualities have a vibration. Excellence has a vibration. Creativity has a vibration. Just saying those words changes my focus from, I don't want to. What do I love to experience? I'd love to experience energy right now. I'd love to experience clarity right now. Ask and you shall receive. This is a biblical imperative, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Listen and honor your feelings. Divine guidance is always there. And divine guidance around your true desires to make a difference in the world. Those are the best inklings. Those are the best intuitive hits, right? When what I would love to experience has to also do with making a difference in the world. When those two things dovetail, that is powerful. So listen, first sign is retreat, right? How do I move into a new state of being? Retreat. Next, I made some notes. You know, I got to make some notes. So my next sign is signs. Look for signs. So now I've asked, what would I love to experience? And now I'm going to look for some signs. I'm going to look for some signs as to where my decision is, where that's coming from. Ask for the signs, right? What would I love to experience now? Show me. Prove me now, right? This is the request of spirit. Speak to me in ways I can hear. Give me some signs. Don't specify how the signs should come, right? Leave that up to your guides and to angels and to spirit. Leave that up to Mother Ayahuasca. Leave that up to the divine, right? Don't specify how you want the signs to come, but just ask for the signs to come in a way that you can understand. And your guides, the angels, the spirit of the living presence of the divine is pretty good at knowing how to communicate with you. You just have to open yourself up. Ask and you shall receive. Pay attention and notice. Trust all the signs that are around you. Do you know how many signs there are? Signs can come in number sequences. I love the number sequences. Medea, hello. Cheryl Jackson, come on, sister. Antoine, thank you. Can't wait for you to come to Rythmia as well. Now, talking about signs. How do they come? It could be a butterfly or a bird. Hummingbird comes around, you know that's an ancestor. A song that you hear over and over again. I heard that song 3 times. Sign, hello. Man, what was that message? It could be an object in your path. It could be you're driving in your car and somebody honks the horn and you look over and you see a billboard or you see a bird or you see something. Signs are all around. Serendipity and synchronicity is all around. Look for the signs. When you retreat, when you start to get clarity around what it is that you would love to experience, then signs are going to follow. Look for those signs. Spirit is always broadcasting. Spirit is always broadcasting, and ready for you to receive. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Sam. Woohoo! Amanda Malloy, you said 555 has been following you around. 555 is number sequence that means fasten your seatbelts, baby. Some big changes. Big changes are coming. That's what that number sequence means. I used to get afraid when I heard that number sequence. I'd get afraid because I'd be like, oh shit, I don't want to lose what I got. But now I reframed that. That means this and something better. This and something better. 555 means something's changing, and what I have now or better. Give me this or something better, Spirit. So Spirit is always broadcasting. Are you listening? The angels, your guides, Spirit, your higher self, Mother Ayahuasca is always trying to get through to you. And are you a receiver? Are you receptive? Jill Peters sees 1111 almost every day. This is a gateway sign. When you see 1111, man, you stop in that moment. There's a sign. You stop in that moment and you say, I am open and available to more good than I have ever experienced, manifested, or created before. Or you say some affirmation. When you see 11, all is well. I see 1111 or 111. That's a gateway. It means the universe is taking a snapshot of your thoughts right now, and they're being projected out. So be careful what you're thinking. That's the sign that says, guard your thoughts. Watch what you're thinking. 1106, Adrian, there's a really cool book that Doreen Virtue has on number sequences. I don't know what 1106 offhand is. I know 6 is around paying attention to the divine. It's like the Sermon on the Mount, that it's time to turn away from the world of effects. Right? And 314, Debbie, let's look that up. Check out Doreen Virtue's book on number sequences, the angel numbers. Super cool. You can even look up online a little guide. So look for the signs. The Spirit is always broadcasting. And then once you ask for those signs, listen. You are always in communion with the divine. You are here. Are you hearing repetitive messages? Feelings, dreams, visions, inner voices. If you get an inclination to call somebody, you get an inclination like, I should really check out that, did I owe that bill? Those are signs. Spirit, angels, your guides, your ancestors are communicating with you. When you get that inclination, follow that guidance. Give all your doubts and all your worries over to the divine and watch as everything is transformed and transmuted to support you, because everything really is working together for your good. Now, so you retreat for a moment, you pull back, you begin to, in the moment of retreat, you begin to clear your mind and get clarity and focus on your truth and priority. Now you're asking for signs. You're saying, what would I love to experience? And you're looking for signs, and you're listening. You're listening for the constant broadcast. Now find balance. Is your schedule lopsided? Are you spending too much time volunteering or too much time Netflixing? Is that what Netflixing? I don't know. Netflixing? I don't know what it is. Are you spending too much time chilling? That's the question. Are you watching too much of those great shows? Yeah, I know. I love them too. But we need to be balanced. We need to balance our time between work, play, spirit, exercise, relationships. This is key. So, hey, Renee. Thank you, Debbie. I'm so glad you're loving it. I'm so glad. This came through. Man, I didn't know what I was going to be talking about. But spirit, like the angels, thank you, angels, angel cards, the oracles, that came through about an hour ago, all this. So thank you. All glory and honor to God. That is the truth. That is the truth. So the next piece of moving into a new state of being is making sure you are taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Our disproportionate schedules, if your schedule is lopsided, it's going to steal your energy. Your energy is going to drop. And not enough energy creates an illusion of not enoughness and separation. And so what we have to do to move into a new state of being is focus on meditation, exercise, and play. Play. We need to play. Put on some music and dance. Ooh, I should put that up. Put that up there. That's another thing. What can you do? Dance. Listen to music. Anything to move into a nice new state of being. Right? So, when these are everything in blue are like activities that we can do as part of the retreat, part of looking for signs, part of listening, part of finding balance. These are activities that can help you move into a new state of being. So when your schedules are disproportionate, when we're not in balance, when we're not in homeostasis, it's lopsided, and energy it's all systems, biological or physical, seek to be in homeostasis. All systems look to be synchronized and in harmony. This is a physical law. There's actually a mathematical equation called the Kurimoto equation that shows that all systems, physical and biological systems, seek balance, order, and harmony. So we can say the truth is, the spiritual principle is that order, balance, and harmony are always seeking to emerge, and that is shown in the physical world mathematically by the Kurimoto equation. It's an undergraduate physics experiment with metronomes. I'm sure you've seen it. We use it at Rythmia in our talk. So this is the key, right? That if you are out of balance, we need to find balance. That's another way to change your state of being, because when we're out of balance, energy is lopsided, and it's sucking your energy away. So in order to gain more energy, more of that I feel like it, I can, I have, I will, as Reverend Michael would say, to hear the inaudible, to see the invisible, and do the impossible. And it's impossible. Lisa Scalzo, girl, love you. Great to see you. And Mandy's recommending salt baths to meditate. A great way to shift your energy. But when I'm at the office, I might not be able to do a salt bath. I could breathe though. I could take 5 minutes to take a walk. I could put on some music and dance around. Watch amazing how these little things shift our energy. Because it helps us to grow and feel joy. When we start to consciously say, I can change this, I can shift this, we ask for assistance to lift our burden, right? And all the years that the locusts have eaten away shall be given back to you. That is the spiritual principle. What does that mean? That's a biblical saying. All the years that the locusts have eaten away shall be given back to you. It means that in the blink of an eye, in an instant, things can change. We think that our emotional state is fixed. We think that the person that we're dealing with at the office or in our home is fixed, but they're changing every moment, every day, just like we are. We have high energy days, low energy days. We're feeling good. We're feeling sad. Don't know why. Sometimes I just feel sad, but I have agency. I can make a choice to move into a new state of being. Joel, great to see you, brother. Glad you booked your trip, or you're booking the day after work. Woohoo! I'll see you down there. I'm going to be down there for a month. I leave on Sunday. I'll be down in Costa Rica, beautiful Guanacaste, where Rythmia is. So as we look to move into a new state of being, we retreat, gather our thoughts, focus on our priorities and what's important to us, and begin to get clarity. We can then look for signs, we're asking for signs to be given to us, listen to the signs. It's always being broadcast, move into a state of balance. We can do all of those things through some of these activities. Meditation, we hear constantly people say, meditation, I tried meditating and I just can't quiet my mind. Well, that's the whole point, baby. Nobody can quiet their mind. That's why they need to meditate. Pretty much. So the idea is not that you move into a state of Zen and bliss automatically. You sit down, I breathe for 5 minutes, and I, went to another dimension. That can happen. But the idea is that you are taking a moment out. You are retreating for just a moment to pay attention to how you're feeling. There's so many types of meditation, but in just a moment, you can just breathe. I'm just going to pay attention to my breath. I'm just going to pay attention to the rise and fall of my abdomen. I'm going to take 1 minute and just scan my body. Where am I noticing tension in my leg? Am I noticing tension in my shoulder? Where am I noticing it? Can I breathe into it, right? So meditation can be just a brief, 1 minute, 2 minutes. It can be 15 minutes. We do meditations in the office here. I love my job. They asked me to do meditation. Yes, thank you. So just focusing on the breath for a few moments can shift your state of being. Breath work is super important. I'm going to give you a couple of breath works that you can do in a moment that will shift your state of being. So the first breath work, first breath exercise is a yogic exercise called breath of fire. So breath of fire is breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. No, in through the nose and in and out through the nose. Or through the mouth. You can do either one. I'm just making it up as I go. But so you are able to breathe rapidly, maybe 10 breaths. And the inhale is moving the abdomen out, and the abdomen just naturally falls. So you don't have to focus on the exhale, you just focus on the inhale. Do that for 10 times, do that for 20 times. Watch, and then notice the benefit of the breath. Notice the benefit of the breath. Here's another very simple thing you can do to open up the third eye and to balance the hemispheres of the brain. Take your index finger and put it right at your third eye. Then take your finger here and close off one nostril, breathe through the other. Close that off, exhale through this one. Inhale through this one, close it off, exhale through the other one. That's one cycle. In through one side, out through the other, in through one side, out through the other. You're putting your finger here, opening up one nostril at a time, opening and closing different nostrils. That's going to balance your hemispheres. Do that for just a few moments. Ariana, hermana, qué bueno. Estoy esperando con impaciencia para verte muy pronto. Okay. There's my Spanish, baby. I got to work on my Spanish because I'm going back to Costa Rica. Okay. So thank you, Mandy. I'm going to read this in a second. Breath work. Those are two powerful ways of doing breath work. I've got another breath work practice for you to do. And this is, we're going to call it, you can do 9, 18, 27, 36. Okay? This breath work is 9, 18, 27, 36. Here's the key. You do 9 breaths in, like breaths of fire, and then you hold it. So we'll do it together. You're gonna hold it as long as you can. We're not gonna do it because it's gonna take too long for me to hold my breath. But so you inhale. Inhale, and then you're gonna hold your breath for as long as you can. Holding your breath as long as you can, and then exhale. And then just sit for a few moments and feel the body. Notice the body as you feel your heart beating. You'll feel the blood circulating through the body. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Jill. The breathing is meditation. You're right. It's exactly right. It's one of the ways to silence the monkey mind. Correct. But this 9, 18, 27. So you do it 9 times. Breath of fire 9 times. Hold it in. Breath. Then wait. Couple minutes. Breath of fire 9 times, exhale and hold all the breath out that you can. This is a tricky one because it's dealing with our fear of death. When we exhale and hold the breath out, you start to trigger some aspects around death because you're like, I need some air. But hold it as long as you can and then just breathe. And feel this movement in your body. Feel how, hi Dylan, feel how the effect of this practice changes your state of being. So you can do it 9 times, inhale, 9 times, exhale, and hold it out as long as you can. You repeat it 18 times. Breath of fire 18 times, inhale, breath of fire 18 times, exhale. But leave some time in between. When you hold it and exhale, sit for a minute. That's a silent meditation. This is a very powerful way to do meditation and to do breath work. Another simple thing you can do to bring yourself into a new state of being is change the channel, baby. Take a walk. Make a different choice. Make a different choice. We are constantly wiring our brain to think in a particular manner and create habitual thought patterns that outpicture as physical ways of being in the body. And then after a while, as Joe Dispenza is talking about, after a while, our body starts to crave these chemical reactions that we get from doing certain activities. And so now the mind is enslaved to the body's addictive cravings of releases of toxic or tonic chemicals based on our activities. So every time we make a different choice, we're rewiring our brains. We are we are forging new neural pathways, and there's neuroplasticity. So again, it's not a one and done. I made a different choice. I forged a new pathway. No, you know that if you are walking through the jungle and you cut a path, in a week, that path is going to be grown over again. But if you keep going back over that path and then some animals follow you down that path becomes well worn. That's what it takes for you to change the neural pathways in your mind. So making a different choice, every time you make a different choice, you're rewiring your brain, and it takes some time, and it's going to feel a little uncomfortable, but we got to be in that discomfort for a little while. Right? So there's a way to make a different choice that helps us move through that discomfort. For me, it's the recognition that I'm forging a new neural pathway, that I'm actually, hi Annette, I'm actually changing the way that I'm thinking and forging a new pathway in my mind, and knowing, giving me a little bit of time to say, it's going to take some time. So then I'm gentle with myself. I give myself a break and know that, okay, every choice I make is a new choice. I'm making a different choice. I'm forging a new cognitive pathway. Another way to move into a new state of being is get curious. Get curious about something. I'm curious as to why I'm feeling this way. I'm curious about the way the wind, I'm looking right outside here. I'm curious about the way the wind moves the trees and how all the trees seem to move in synchronicity, right? Get curious about the way a bird flies. Get curious about the person in the car next to you. Don't be a stalker. but get curious about something. That's going to shift your state of being. Light a candle, burn some incense, right? These are ways. The office is telling me I'm burning Palo Santo all the time. They're like, we're burning a lot of Palo Santo. It's a way to shift the energy. It's a way to shift the vibration in the room. I'm doing something. Hey, Jeannie. Hi, sweetheart. Isaac Mackey. Hey, brother. So doing something to shift the energy. This is how we move into a new state of being. Movement is another huge, so dance and music, movement, any sort of movement. As we're doing this breath work, remember we were talking about the 9, 18, 27 breaths? Let me show you this. This is going to help you to change your energy instantly, right? So you take your hands and you're starting here. Inhale as you go up. Right? Go faster and faster until you can't, as fast as you can go. Then stop. Feel just those 5 breaths. I can feel it changing the energy in my body, right? So do that and then switch to the other side. This, I'm looking like a fool for y'all, people. I'm making a fool of myself. But the truth is that that's a great way to shift your energy. That's a great way to move into a new state of being. These are all, thank you, Jeannie. Love you, sweetheart. These are all ways that we can move into a new state of being, that we can be at cause of our lives and not at the effect of some way of being. I don't feel good. They upset me. I'm sad. I don't want to go to work today. I'm hungover. I'm tired. I can't. Whatever it is that you're feeling, those are all valid feelings. We don't want to suppress our feelings. But once we acknowledge, oh, this is how I'm feeling, then it's our responsibility, our ability to respond to our feelings is our responsibility. And that's our responsibility to be at cause, to be an agent in our lives. And it's easy to do when we consciously choose it. We retreat, gather our thoughts, focus on what our priorities are for just a moment, what our truths are, clear our minds, move our minds above confusion for just a moment, and then look for the signs. As you are asking, what would I love to experience? There's going to be signs all around to support you. Unforeseen assistance, unforeseen providence moves in. All sorts of aid, assistance, and kind words of support, all sorts of means of supporting you move when you make the choice, when you are at agency in your life. right? And then listen, look for the signs and listen, because the Spirit of the living God is constantly broadcasting. Thank you, Annette. I'm feeling energy from you all. We're connected in the oneness. That is the truth. We are connected in the oneness of it all. And it is outside of time and space. Its center is everywhere and its circumference is nowhere. So we're all part of it. So the energy, somebody said, I wish I could bottle the energy, Dee Dee. I love you, but it's yours to have. It's yours to have, and you can do it by making a conscious choice. Make a different choice. Move, put on some music, light a candle, get curious about something, take a walk, find the balance in your life, renew and rejuvenate yourself, because these are the things when we take care of ourselves. The best definition I've ever heard of love is from M. Scott Peck. M. Scott Peck, in a book written in the 70s called The Road Less Traveled. He said, love is the extension of oneself for the genuine care and nurturing of your own and another's spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. But the first part of love is my own. I've got to care for my own physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. We sing a song at Agape, I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. That's right. I love myself so much that I can love you. I can't love you if I don't love myself. And if I can love you, then you can love you. And if you can love you, baby, you can start loving me. And that's what I'm looking for. So this is the way we move into a new state of being. Beginning to love ourselves by retreating, caring for ourselves, making sure we're in balance, listening for the signs around us, making a different choice by doing some simple activities that will help us shift our state of being and be at cause in our lives instead of being at effect. We are at the effect of nothing. We are the very power of all of life, all the power, all the love, all the joy, all the excellence, all the abundance, all the creativity, all the beauty, all of the intelligence, all of the wisdom is ours. We're connected to it. We are one with it. It is constantly broadcasting. We don't have to do anything to make it happen. We have to open ourselves up to it. We have to allow it. We have to make it, as Reverend Michael would say, my teacher. God bless you, Reverend Michael, on your trip to Egypt right now and all that are traveling with you. He would say, you don't have to make it happen. You just have to make it welcome. So that's how we're going to listen. Make it welcome. And we make it welcome by making a different choice. We make it welcome by moving into a new state of being to say, Spirit, I'm ready. I can handle more wattage. I used to be a 40-watt bulb. Now I'm an 80-watt bulb, baby. Come on. Send it. All right. That's our Facebook Live for today. Love you all. I'm here every Thursday at noon Pacific Standard Time for Walking the Path with John Jacob. Don't. No, that was too... I'm crazy. All right. Love you. Bye, everybody.